Is there anything else that happened that you're leaving out? Okay.
No.
Okay. So what about the wine, the bottle of wine and the cup full of wine?
Oh, that's not true.
Well, I mean, there's wine all over the counter, and there's an empty bottle of wine. He's got a cut on his face, where he said that you jabbed the cup into his face.
I didn't jab a cup into his face.
Okay, so why would he have a cut on his upper lip?
My husband drinks a lot.
Okay. How did he, you said he hit you in the face. How did he hit you?
Open palm to the right eye.
Okay, with which hand? Which hand?
I believe it was, I guess it would have been his left hand in my right eye.
Okay, so what happened after that?
I called my parents immediately and just said, I want to get out of here to be in a safe space. And that's when they came.
Okay. All right, did he hit you anywhere else?
Not today.
Okay. All right, will you do me a favor, turn around, put your hands behind your back, you're under arrest for domestic battery.
What?
Hold on.
Can you just tell me?
Officers respond to a domestic disturbance call. The husband reports his wife is a recovering alcoholic who relapsed 2 weeks ago after 145 days sober. She had a seizure during withdrawal and was hospitalized, strapped to a bed with 6 public safety personnel holding her down. Today, he returned from 6 hours at his son's baseball games to find wine on the counter. When he tried to grab a plastic cup filled with wine from her, she jabbed it into his face, causing a cut on his upper lip. Wine spilled across him during the struggle. Under Illinois domestic violence law, any physical contact causing injury constitutes battery.
Hi. What's going on?
So my wife's a recovering alcoholic, and she's relapsed 2 weeks ago. Don't listen to anything my mother-in-law has to say here.
Yeah, she wasn't here. So.
Tell her to get away.
Can you go wait somewhere where we're not standing right next to him?
Yes, I can. Nice that you have a partner. Thank you.
I'm sorry?
I see that you have a partner. I didn't realize it. I'm a little upset.
I understand. Thank you.
So there's been an issue for the last 2 weeks. My wife made it 145 days sober and relapsed. Last week she had a seizure. There's an Elmhurst memorial, like not the memorial, but like, you know, she's like all these bruises are from all the IVs that she tried to do during her seizure. She was strapped down into a bed. Anyways, fast forward to today. I'm at baseball for like 6 hours today. Come home, find a bottle of wine on the counter.
The husband shows officers the orange plastic cup used in the assault and points to wine stains throughout the kitchen. He explains his wife is on court supervision and prohibited from drinking. This violation could result in significant consequences. He tried avoiding calling police due to her legal status, but the situation escalated beyond control. Officers observe a visible cut on his upper lip and wine residue on his clothing. The husband admits he pushed her face away with an open hand after she jabbed the cup at him, but denies striking her. This admission complicates the investigation, as both parties made physical contact.
She's yelling and screaming. I tried grabbing the rest of her plastic cup, and she jammed it into my face. I don't know if I'm bleeding, but it feels like I have a mark somewhere up here.
Yeah, you got a little blood up on your upper lip.
So I said, "F this, I'm calling the cops."
Okay, fair enough.
She's on court supervision. She's not supposed to be drinking. She's in violation of her court supervision.
Okay.
And she's claiming that I've been hitting her, but there's nothing. She had 6 public safety guys holding her down. Just last Wednesday or Thursday. She was strapped to a bed.
What kind of cup did she shove in your face?
It's a plastic orange count. There's a plastic orange cup.
Okay. Can I see it? Do you mind if I come in with you?
Yeah, for sure. Roger, stay downstairs, bud. I'll be done in a minute. So, found this in the garbage can to get home. I'm at baseball with my son. He's downstairs. He's playing video games and watching movies. Grab this thing. Oh, no, she has this, and she jabs me in the face.
Yeah, hold on.
And obviously, there's this whole mess. I said, that's it. I've been trying to avoid having to call the cops because she's on court supervision.
I gotcha.
We agreed to get separated, but she's like her parents are so on a power trip because she's like freaking out about losing this house. And I was like, listen, we're gonna dissolve the house, we're gonna move on. I'm at baseball all day long, come home, she's drinking again. And so then she pulled this, actually, it was sitting here full of wine, and when I tried grabbing it, and I was like standing here, and we were like, and she went.
So wine splashed all over you too, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay.
And kind of this way.
Alright. Okay. You know what she's gonna tell me?
During this, when I was trying to grab it, I mean, she was here, I tried grabbing it, she jabbed me, and I went like this across her face. There was no...
Officers interview the wife separately. She claims she was not drinking, and the wine belongs to her husband, who drinks frequently. She states he struck her in the right eye with an open palm, without provocation. Officers observe bruising on her arms and face, which she initially attributes to today's incident. However, the bruises appear to be healing already rather than fresh. The husband had explained these injuries came from her recent hospitalization, where medical staff inserted multiple IVs during her seizure treatment. Her story begins to unravel as physical evidence contradicts her timeline.
$50 cab or something. So I picked her up. Same shit starts all over again.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go talk to her, and then I'll get back to you if I need anything, okay? Alright, Lisa?
Yes.
Okay. Is that right?
Yes.
Alright, so this is my area, I'm the reporting officer, so I know like you probably already told them what happened, but I need you to tell me again, okay?
Yeah, I was at home alone today, and then my husband came home and got upset. I do not know why, even though I know that sounds unusual, and I got hit in the right eye as hard as possible.
Okay.
So I called my parents just to get some mercy, and then he decided to call me.
Okay. Is there anything else that happened that you're leaving out? Okay.
No.
Okay. So what about the wine, the bottle of wine and the cup full of wine?
Oh, that's not true.
Well, I mean, there's wine all over the counter, and there's an empty bottle of wine. He's got a cut on his face, where he said that you jabbed the cup into his face.
I didn't jab a cup into his face.
Okay, so why would he have a cut on his upper lip?
My husband drinks a lot.
Okay. How did you said he hit you in the face. How did he hit you?
Open palm to the right eye.
Okay, with which hand? Which hand?
I believe it was, I guess it would have been his left hand in my right eye.
Okay, so what happened after that?
I called my parents immediately and just said, I want to get out of here to be in a safe space. And that's when they came.
Okay. All right, did he hit you anywhere else?
Not today.
Okay.
Officers evaluate the conflicting accounts and physical evidence. The husband has a fresh cut on his lip, consistent with recent trauma. The wife has bruises that appear several days old rather than fresh from today. Wine covers the kitchen counter, and the husband's clothing supporting his account of the struggle over the cup. The wife's claim that she was not drinking conflicts with obvious wine evidence throughout the scene. Officers must determine who was the primary aggressor based on injury patterns, witness statements, and physical evidence at the scene.
Hitting or anything like that.
So she tried to hit you with like a... While you had the cup?
This had the cup. She had the cup. And I tried grabbing it, and then she just said, F it, and she spilt it all over me, which is kind of dry, but if you were to smell me, I smell like wine. And this way, hit me in the lip, and I was like, get away.
So I guess my question is, were you guys fighting over the cup, or did she intentionally shove the cup in your face?
Intentionally shoved it in my face.
Okay, gotcha.
Well, actually, I tried, alright, so I don't know how the terminology, I tried to grab it, and once she was like realizing that she couldn't drink it, she just said, F you, and like tried to spill it on me, but I'm right here, and it hit my face. And
So do you think that she tried to hit you with the cup, or do you think she was trying to splash the alcohol, or just give up and dump the cup?
I think,
I think
she tried to dump it into my face as hard as possible.
All right.
Intentionally, possibly hitting me in the face. Who knows?
Okay.
But it did hit me in the face. I remember initially touching my face and having blood. I don't have blood now. I haven't looked in the mirror. But this has been like 2 weeks, and I'm like, she's been staying at her parents and then coming back during the day. She's walking around. She's begging me for booze. I have some video of her standing in the garage yesterday. She's like, so what's going on with like, she's like, give me a beer.
What's up, man? He's got a little cut on his upper lip other than that.
You need medics.
No, I don't think so. I haven't seen it. Is it?
No, it's,
is it
it's a very minor.
Yeah.
I mean, she just jabbed the cup in my face. She meant to splash.
Plastic, glass.
This one right here. She just went like bam. And I mean, it was jarring, but like she hit, hit my lip or somewhere right here. I could feel it. I don't know. And
I think it was primarily for her.
Sure. Yep. I just want to double check before we were.
But then she's going to her parents' house and she's like, look at all these bruises on my arms. But literally, she had to be held down during this seizure. I mean, there has to be pictures or evidence. None of this is.
No, I mean if it's bruised already, like if it's already healing.
She had to be strapped down. She had to be detained. She got strapped down ankles, arms. She was wiggling around so much that. And when she goes to her parents' house and she's like, oh, he's hitting me. And I'm like, that's from, they tried 6 times to put an IV in your arm because you're so fucked up and you just had a seizure. And now her parents are like, oh, you must be hitting my daughter. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Do you know what? And then my father-in-law didn't tell my mother-in-law why she was in the hospital until I told her yesterday. I was like, listen, she had a grand mal seizure on our back porch here because she tried with detoxing here in the house.
The wife continues denying she was drinking or caused the husband's injury. She suggests his cut came from his own drinking. When asked how he struck her, she provides vague details about an open palm to her right eye. Officers note inconsistencies in her story and the lack of fresh injuries matching today's alleged assault. She claims this is the 3rd time she has gotten in trouble for being hit, implying a pattern where she is always the victim. However, her history of alcohol-related violence and the physical evidence tell a different story.
It doesn't appear that this happened to me today. He told me that you were in the hospital before and had to be strapped down. Oh, that's what the bruising is caused from all the IVs in your arm. So
this is the 3rd time that I've been in trouble for getting hit.
Okay. And that's also taken into account, like all the previous issues, okay? However, given the circumstances, somebody has to go to jail. There's obvious signs of injury. I don't have a choice. I'm mandated by the state of Illinois to make an arrest. I don't have a choice in this. This is something the state says we have to do. So what's going to happen from here? You're going to go back to the station, you're going to be processed, and you're going to be transported to the DuPage County Jail. All right, you'll see a pretrial judge in the morning. If there's any previous...
Don't put me in jail overnight.
Unfortunately,
Can you put my handcuffs at least in front? I get very freaked out.
We're going back to the station right now. Okay, it's like 3 blocks away, and then I'm going to take the handcuffs off you when we get there, all right? Okay. But for now, they have to stay in the back while in the car. It's just policy, okay? All right, so give me a few minutes, all right? We'll be on the way. You got the DV sub, man?
Officers arrest the wife for domestic battery. She expresses shock and confusion about being arrested despite claiming she was the victim. The arresting officer explains that Illinois law mandates arrest when there are obvious signs of injury in domestic situations. The husband has clear, fresh injuries, while hers appear to be healing from days ago. The officer documents both stories, but must make an arrest decision based on observable evidence. The wife's violation of court supervision by drinking alcohol adds another serious legal consequence to the domestic battery charge. During transport, the officer explains the decision-making process to the wife. In domestic violence cases, officers must evaluate conflicting stories and determine what evidence supports which account. The husband has immediate apparent injuries, while her injuries appear old and healing. The wine evidence throughout the kitchen corroborates his version of events. She omitted key details about drinking wine, which damages her credibility. The officer emphasizes that Illinois law requires arrest when someone has apparent injury, eliminating officer discretion. She will be transported to DuPage County Jail and see a judge in the morning.